4 months ago, I bought this Mercedes Sprinter van to build out as my home on wheels. But this project has been on the back burner. As you can see, this van is already kind of built out with a bed and some cabinets. But that's about it. I have a much bigger vision for this van, and by the end of it, I want it to be fully off-grid capable. It needs running water, a shower, solar for the power, a stove, heating the air separate from the built-in one, and most importantly, it has to be able to hold a lot of bikes. What's up, and welcome to Vanisode number 2. I know it's been a while, so let me give you a recap. My name's Hayden, and I'm a 20-year-old mountain biker, and that's why I bought this van to travel to different bike parks and travel all over the United States, and some of Canada too. But yeah, this is my 2015 Mercedes Sprinter van, 144 wheelbase. So it's not the super long one, it's a little bit shorter one. And in this video series, you're gonna see me build this thing out to be the mountain bike dream home on wheels. So yeah, the plan today is to buff the outside of the van, restore some of the plastic, fix some of the broken things on the inside, and install a few other cool things. So buckle up and sit down for Vanisode number 2.
Put your lips on mine. I love it when we hide in the pale blue sky, floating on cloud 9. Do you feel the winds are turning round? 'Cause what goes up must always come back down.
So the first thing I'm gonna do is clean the water with an automotive wash and water, just to get all the dirt and contaminants off so this stuff doesn't scratch up the paint when I'm buffing this thing.
Looking down the line, with you by my side I'll be fine.
Did you know that most car washes actually do more harm than good to your vehicle? They actually put a lot of scratches in your paint, and that's why it's important to use the right kind of brush when washing your vehicle. These scrunchy microfiber brushes do the best so you don't scratch your paint. Alright, let's buff this thing. Like I said, I have absolutely zero buffing experience. So fingers crossed I do not destroy the paint on my van and have to take it to a body shop and get it completely repainted. That would suck. But before we get into it, there's one more thing I have to do.
Today I'm going to share with you the 5 steps that you need to know to polish your car's paint and remove all scratches and swirl marks and apply a ceramic coating. If you're
Okay, I think we're ready. So until a couple weeks ago, I thought buffing was just waxing your car, but I was completely wrong. That green pad and the paste that I'm applying is actually designed to micro scratch your paint to remove bigger scratches and imperfections. If you look closely when you're buffing it, you can actually see the paint that's rubbing off. It's almost like a little dust. And that's why you have to be careful when doing this and not going too deep so it doesn't mess up your paint. For now, I'm putting this tape on some of the edges and the plastic because the buffing paste will actually stain the plastic of the car. And at the moment, I'm still not very great at buffing, so I don't want to risk ripping the edges off the paint of my van. So this tape will protect it. I have still yet to name this van, so if this video gets 5,000 likes, I'll name the van whatever the top comment is. So make it something clever and maybe even mountain bike related. It might be hard to see in the video, but the paint on my van was pretty bad and scratched. So the after result of buffing it was incredible. After I finished buffing it, it was time to apply a quick ceramic coating. This will protect the fresh buff and allow water to just roll off of the van. There we go. The buffing and the waxing is done. From start to finish, it took me roughly 9 to 10 hours to do this whole van, which for my first time, I guess that isn't too bad, but yeah, it looks really good. So now, like I said, the van is not brand new. It has some chips and it has some spots where the black paint is no more. So I have a black touch-up automotive paint that I'm gonna be throwing on all of the chips. It shouldn't take super long, but it's definitely gonna make this thing look better from close up, so let's do it. If you care about your vehicle, having a touch-up paint like this is very nice. I bought this one at
O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Ow!
And it's an all-in-one use. The tip is to scratch out the rust from the paint chip. Then you apply the black paint, let it dry. Then you put the clear coat over top of the black paint so it has a nice gloss finish. You got one more thing to do on the outside before we move to the inside of the van and start fixing some stuff in there. And that is this trim right here. All of the plastic trim around the wheel wells, front, back bumper. As you can see, it's faded a lot and it's pretty gray looking. So I have a trim restoration kit that we're going to restore all of these, hopefully back to almost new, and make this thing really look good. So yeah, let's do it. Sometimes I'm pretty skeptical about products like this and if they will even work. So I decided to put some tape up so we can see the before and after side by side. I've got to say, this stuff is actually really impressive. It took the faded trim and made it look a lot fresher. Plus, it's been a couple days since I've done this and it still looks great, so no complaints. But then things took a turn for the worst. All right guys, so we got the van here. A couple weeks ago, I noticed there was a wet spot on the middle of the counter. I was hoping maybe I spilled something or someone spilled something on the counter. It was just water, so I didn't really know where it was coming from. Turns out no one spilled anything and the roof was leaking. I tried to put some caulk on it and patch it myself, which was the first time I've ever tried to do anything like that. But last week I was at Jared's Place Bike Park and it rained all freaking night. And guess what? I woke up and the leak was back. So today, we're back and we're gonna try to fix this leak once and for all. It's right there at the top AC, coming from the roof. Let's head to the store. All right, so we got everything I think we're gonna need in this bag to fix the leak on the roof. First up, we have brake cleaner. It's gonna be used to take off all the existing caulk and get the surface area super clean so we can put the new caulk on and have it hopefully stick to the metal and then to the plastic and not have any problems or have any cracks or have any leaks in the future. Next, we have this thing. I don't really know what is it called? Cartridge opener and smoothing tool, 2-in-1. And then we have the DAP butyl caulk. So this is the best stuff that I've heard of. Let's climb up onto the top. I don't have a ladder, so we'll be scaling up the back of my van, start taking this thing apart. That is gonna suck to do 10,000 times today because I know I'm gonna forget one tool, have to go back down, come back up, go back down, come back up, go. This is what the AC unit looks like up here. So we're going to take all these panels off work and the leak is under there. It's nothing to do with this. The leak is under that far panel over there. A project like this is definitely stressful because I do risk messing something up, and that would not be a cheap fix. But to be honest, that's what life's all about. Learning new things and building it yourself, you will appreciate it a lot more and say stuff like, yeah, I did that. Even if it's a bit jank, you're still proud. I completely just dropped my Insta360 from this all the way down there. If this thing's okay, I'm gonna be impressed. All right, I went down there and picked it up. I haven't looked at it yet, so. Dude, no cracks or anything. Okay, there we go. All right, boys, so we got all of the AC unit off. It's leaking somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere on this side. All of that, which is like a tar rubber, comes off on pieces like that big, all the way around. We're gonna have to take all of that off. Walk the plank real quick. I've had to do this about 40 times today. It is currently 4:25 p.m. Started at 11 o'clock, so we're about 5 hours in. All the way around is cleaned up. Everything came off in tiny little pieces, as you can see, but we got it all stripped off. And like I said, I am no professional, so I wouldn't follow the steps that I did to do this. But if it works, I'll be happy. If you want to give me real, actual good advice, I'll take it. Give me some good advice. But if you're just gonna flame me in the comments, don't even drop the comment because I don't want to hear it. So hopefully this stuff is gonna work and do its job on the van. No more leaks. That's what we're hoping for. Fingers crossed it all goes well. All right, guys, the van is basically done. We started at 9 o'clock this morning, going to the store and getting everything, and then it's currently 8:07 p.m. 11 hours of work into this. I think the leak's gonna be secure and gone, hopefully. If it's still leaking, I think it's coming from somewhere else because there's no way it's getting past my caulk job. But all right, it is day 3 and we're in the middle of a thunderstorm right now. But that shouldn't slow us down because all the stuff we're gonna do is gonna be on the inside of the van today, which is good. It is, holy crap, it is coming down. So before I get struck by lightning, I'm jumping inside the van. Hello, and welcome to the inside of my van. The free candy is over there. I'm just kidding. Do not call the cops on me. Yeah. We got quite a bit of stuff to get done in here today. But first, the van is kind of dusty and dirty on the inside, so let's clean it. This parking brake cover sucks and it always falls off. So I got a new one and let's throw it on. All right, so imagine this. You're sitting in your bathroom. I'm just gonna assume your bathroom is a normal size. But you have to pack everything you would need to live for 3 months, plus a bed, plus cooking supplies, literally everything, into that bathroom. It's gonna be pretty hard, right? So having a nice layout and being very efficient with your storage. Yeah, storage, correct. So that's basically what this van is like. It's probably smaller than your bathroom though. So maximizing space is very important, which means we're gonna be installing a shelf today. I'll show you where. So right here over the cabin, there is a huge dead space right here. So yeah, we're gonna throw the shelf up here and have a little bit more space and more storage to work with, which will be nice. I don't think this is gonna be too hard, so let's throw the shelf up there. So you have to put a huge carpet sticker on the shelf so when you put things on it, they don't slide around. And oh boy, let me tell you, this thing sucked to put on. It's quite clever how you install the shelf. You don't have to drill any holes to install it at all. Just undo the coat hanger and it bolts in there and on the roof handles. So when you're putting your shelf up, you have to like go between these and then up on top and then fold this bracket back and then push it back under there. But over here, I can't because of the wood I have put up here. So I'm gonna have to take it back out, push it down, and then bolt it and then bolt it back in. So yeah, just kind of annoying, but we're gonna run into a lot of stuff like that building this van. This shelf is definitely a must-have if you have a Sprinter. Although I've smacked my head on it like 5 times already. It adds quite a bit of storage, and once you get used to it, it's not in the way at all. All right guys, so on to the next thing. When you're driving a van like this and you have a bunch of cabinets full of heavy stuff, when you turn a certain way, drawers love to open, just like that. So I have some latches I'm going to install on each and every drawer and cabinet that opens in this van, and hopefully that'll keep everything from falling out when I'm driving. It's always small things like this that really make a build enjoyable. If you didn't have the things that you overlook, a build like this would have a lot of flaws. And after I get these clips installed, the last thing I'm throwing on this van is super cool, and I bet you're never gonna guess what it is. A couple weeks ago, I had all my cabinets and drawers filled with stuff going to a race. I made it like an hour down the road and all of my food was on the floor, every drawer was open, and yeah, it was a mess. These latches should help a lot. All right, so we got the drawer latches installed and they seem pretty stable, so I think they're definitely gonna work. But before we end this episode out, there's one more thing I wanna do. So last year in October, I was featured in the Mountain Bike Mag. That is me right there riding a 9er hardtail. So yeah, got a magazine framed and it's pretty sick. So I wanna hang it up on the wall right over there. In the van, I think it'll give it a very mountain bike aesthetic in here. Yeah, I am stoked on this. Mountain Bike Mag is the biggest magazine supplier in MTB. So this would have been huge 30 years ago, but it's still super cool today. When I was younger, I looked forward to getting my monthly MTB Mag, just to look through it, see all the new products, and collect them. So to make it on the back cover one with 9er bikes is definitely still something I'm pinching myself over. Yo, thanks for watching Vanisode number 2. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked with all this stuff we accomplished this episode. So this summer, I'm doing a huge road trip out of this thing. I'm going to Canada, Utah, and a lot of other states in the United States. So if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button so you do not miss those future episodes tripping out of this van, which is gonna be so fun. But yeah, we have a few more episodes of the Vanisode series, so buckle up because it's gonna be a ride. And by the end of the Vanisode series, this camper van is gonna be fully off-grid capable. If you have any comments you want to leave, drop them down in the comment section below. I love reading your comments and usually I reply back to them. Make sure you come back for episode 3 of the Vanisode series, and yeah, don't forget, drive till you're dead. No, that's not right. Shred till you're dead.